I was literally.
Don't want a lot for Christmas. Throw a harmony on it.
There is just one thing I need,
and
It's beautiful.
So good. What's going on, young people? How you doing? And welcome back to another video. Today, I'm joined by my good friend James.
Welcome to Bristol.
Thank you so much for having us.
Great to have you here.
What a city. And today, not right now that we're filming, but today is Christmas Eve.
Goodness gracious me! I better do my shopping.
Glad tidings we bring to you and your peeps.
Yeah, I could do all my shopping at Aldi anyway. Middle aisle.
Yeah,
the middle aisle dreams.
We do have to say that other shops are available.
Yeah,
but they're just not as good. James, tell me, what is your favourite thing about Christmas?
Pigs in blankets.
Ooh.
Pigs in blankets are the greatest creation. Whoever thought of wrapping
sausage
meat with other meat,
yeah,
sausage with bacon, was onto something.
And my favourite thing is Home Alone 2.
Is that New York?
That's Lost in New York, yeah.
I always feel like that one falls down the pecking order.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
But aside from the Home Alones and the Pigs in Blankets, Home Alone 1 or 2,
and
whatever
Aldi.
you prefer, Aldi, all the joy that this Christmas brings, that's actually not what Christmas is about.
I don't know what Christmas is like for you. There's been so many times where we have been given presents and you get so excited about what you've unwrapped and you get it and it is the best that you lose your mind in that moment. After a couple of weeks though, as the dust begins to settle, you find that those things that you were given often end up in the corner. Me and my brother got remote control cars when we were like 8 and 10.
So good.
We lost it. We lost our minds at that moment. Tears of joy. The problem with these remote control cars was you could only go forwards and backwards. You couldn't go left or right. Which, for me looking back now as a parent, it was so cruel. But at the moment, we were like, we've got remote control cars, they can go forward and backwards, brilliant. Anyway, after a couple of weeks, we realised they just aren't working the way that you want them to work. You can't go round corners. And so eventually, you kind of discard them and you put them to one side, you forget about it. Often Christmas has been a little bit like that, where you get so excited about something and then it just doesn't quite turn out as you expected. We think that Christmas is so much about that moment on Christmas Day of giving and receiving presents and the joy that comes with it. But you also get that moment, don't you, a couple of days after, where it's just reality comes back again and you suddenly remember that it's back to normal life. You're left questioning, what's this all about? Like, what is Christmas all about?
So that obviously leads to the question, how on earth is what happened 2,000 somewhat years ago relevant to today?
When you read it on face value, it's kind of a mad story, isn't it? The whole of Christmas is about this baby in a manger, in a feeding trough, in a stable, in the backwaters of the Middle East, and it's like, how has that reached us 2,000 years later? And the Bible is really clear that this wasn't just an ordinary baby. This wasn't just some fella that had been born. This was the King, but more importantly, this was God. This was God in human flesh. And he comes with a message of freedom, comes with a message of forgiveness, of life. But far more than just being a messenger, in fact, Jesus Christ is the message. It is about himself. It's about God choosing to be amongst his people, to have a relationship so that they would find their way back to God. For me, Christmas is an amazing time of year because it's a moment to reflect and respond to that message. And I guess for so many at this time, Christmas is going to look so different. It's going to look different for us. It's going to look different for everyone. And there'll be a moment probably for every one of us as we're ready to tuck into those pigs in blankets, ready to tuck into our Christmas dinners, where there might even be empty chairs around the dinner table, where perhaps we've lost people this year. Or perhaps there are people who we wanted to be there but can't come because of restrictions. You know, you might be watching this and you've experienced loss, you've experienced brokenness, you've experienced mental health issues this year, you've experienced the disconnection of not being able to see friends and family, perhaps ill health, all sorts of things have happened this year. You've hoped and you've longed for Christmas to satisfy and to mend you and to fulfill some of the emptiness that you've experienced this year. Actually, there is something about Christmas that does that, but perhaps it's not in the way that you expected. It could be an incredible Christmas for you because in looking for satisfaction, in looking for fulfillment, in all the things that Christmas tries to offer you, actually there is one that can offer you that can fully satisfy you, and that is Jesus.